the help video for Access Chapter 9, the problem solve assignment that is, let's look at the title here, this App Store. So an intern has created a database that Phil's phone app store can use to sell apps for smartphones. Phil is not happy with how the forms are working and has asked you for help. The form used for looking up information about an app developer is not working the way that Phil would like it to work. He wants to be able to look up a developer name, view information about the developer information about the different apps, and see where and when their apps were sold. He would also like to be able to query the database using a form. So you're going to help Phil do this by modifying the forms. So there's a lookup field and multiple tabs with all the information that he wants to see. So the first thing, we already did step 1. On this step 2, we're going to open up Form Developer. We're going to go to Layout View, and we want to delete first name and last name label and text box. So I'm just going to hit my delete key, delete, all right? Okay, we're going to change the title here to App Lookup. So number 2 is done. Number 3, we're going to switch on over to Design View, and we're going to put a combo box in the header. So you want to make sure that when you draw, when you place it, it's in this form header, not in the detail. Below the title, at the 1.5 inch mark on the horizontal ruler. So we're going to place it right about there. Okay, so let's start that. So we're going to go to Design. We need to find Controls. We're going to open up that and look at the whole gallery and find my combo box. I'm going to click on the combo box. I'm going to go to about 1.5 and right underneath here, and I'm just going to click. It's going to start a wizard for me. I want to find a record based on my form. Remember, that's the new one that we see when we're in a form and not in a table. So we're going to click that. Next, which fields of table developer contain the values you want to include? So let's come over here and look. We want first name and last name. So those are the 2 fields that we want to be able to display. We're going to hide the column and set the caption as developer lookup. Finish. And then we want to make this left edge line up with the app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these 2 controls, arrange, align, left. So now they're there. And that looks like an okay gap amount, so I'm just going to leave that be. I can always come over here to Form View and look. And there we go. So it works. All right, I'm going to go back to Design, and we are done with step number 3. Step number 4, insert the date and time in the header, accepting the default, and then anchor both controls to the top right. Okay, so in Design, we're going to put date and time, and we're going to accept all the defaults. I'm going to select them both, and then we're going to go to Arrange, Anchoring, top right. So now if your screen expands or contracts, they will be up there at the top right corner. So we are done with step number 4. All right, step number 5. Insert a tab control in the Details section so that the top left corner of the control is at the 1 inch horizontal, so here, and then 1/2 of an inch. So we're going to put it right there, okay, right in that little space there. All right, so we got to go back to design, open up our gallery here, and find the tab control. I'm going to come down 1 inch by 1/2, and we can fix it if we place it improperly. So there it's going to be. All right. Cut the form developer app subform. So let's see. I think that's this one. Let me come over here to layout. Just see. I'm going to actually scoot this so I can see it. Form developer. Yep. So let me put that back. I'm going to go back to design. So it's this one right here. We're going to cut it out. So I'm going to select it, right click, select it, and let's do it this way. Home, cut. Okay. Paste it on the first page. So we're going to go to this control and we're going to say paste. So now that app that was external to these tabs is now in there. Delete the subform label. And honestly, guys, I always delete the label before I paste it in. It saves this step. And then we're going to just put it in the corner here. Rename the page. So we're going to right click and right click. All right, I'm losing it here. All right. So rename. Hold on. So I have the orange and I did the properties. So we're going to change this name to what are we calling it? Developer apps. And there we go. So we are done with 5. All right, let's move to step number 6. Cut the purchase. So we're going to cut it. Go to page, the second tab there, and we're going to paste it. We're going to delete this. Label. I should have deleted it and shown you. Move it up here to the top corner and rename the page to app purchases. Cool. While I'm here, I can just see. Looking good. Okay, so we can step 7. All right, open the Form Developer app in a new window. Form Developer app subform. So let's just make sure I got the form author. It's got to be this one. Let's see. Open the Form app subform in a new window. Okay. So we're going to do that. So I selected, got the orange box. I did a right click, subform in new window. We're going to open up the footer. Drag the footer down to the 1 inch. Whoop, go down to 1. Mark on the, okay, and then add a new field to the footer. We will calculate the total royalty for all his apps. Okay, so we're going to put a text box in there, right? I'm just going to put it in there. And then we're going to calculate the developer's total royalty for all apps. Okay, so here's a field called developer royalty. So what we want to do is we want to sum that for this particular developer. So how I do it is I would right click and, well, let's do it this way. We're going to come up here to data. We're going to find the control source. I'm going to zoom to get my big screen so I can, 16 is good. And then this is going to be equal sum parentheses, because sum is a function. Inside the parentheses, we're saying sum the developer royalty. It's right here. You can look at that and see what the field is. Okay. This is going to be called, the caption is going to be total royalty. And then the name of the control that's actually calculating is going to be total royalty. If I can spell royalty, no space. Let's take a second and save it. Let's make sure we have everything done. All right, we added the field, we calculated the total royalties, so we summed that. Named the field total royalty, we did. Changed the caption to total space royalty, we did. Resized the label, I just did that, sorry. And then change, and then format, okay, we got to do this and come to format. This is the calculation. We're going to change this to currency and save and close this subform. Remember, it comes up very weird, so you just have to switch and then you can switch back. It just needs to refresh the screen. So 7 is done. I am going to stop the movie at this point and we'll pick up at step 8 on the next movie. All right, guys, thanks.